My name is Eric. For the sake of privacy, I'm changing some names. My younger brother will be Ken. My cousin will be Damien. This happened in December 2019. I was 12 years old. Ken was 10. Damien was 14. It was cold that evening. The kind of cold that stings your cheeks as soon as you step outside. We'd all been looking forward to something simple. Dinner at our local McDonald's. A night of food and playtime in the warm indoor playground. We laughed as we pushed the door open. Everything felt normal. My aunt lined up at the counter to order. I glanced at the menu, thinking about fries. Then a noise cut through the chatter. A man's voice, loud, angry. I turned my head and saw him, a large, muscular man outside, shouting at a woman. His voice echoed even through the glass. Suddenly, he reached out and grabbed my mum's hand. My heart jumped into my throat. Without thinking, I shouted, "Hey, shut up." My aunt shot me a look so sharp, it froze me. Don't get involved. And thank God she did, because I'm sure things would have been worse if I had. Inside, my aunt kept paying for the food. Ken whispered, "Man, what's going on?" "I don't know." I whispered back, "Let's just focus." Damien looked pale, scared. I forced a smile at him. "Don't worry, things will get better, I promise." But then the door opened. The man and the woman stormed inside. The woman's voice cracked with fury. "I told you, I don't have your money, you pig." The man roared back, calling her a liar. Families froze. Parents held their kids close. The playground in the corner, bright plastic, full of laughter minutes ago, was silent. A female employee stepped forward, voice trembling but firm. "Get out now, or I'm calling the police." The atmosphere was heavy. My aunt whispered again, "Stay out of it." We tried to eat. Our hands were shaking. Ken and Damien kept murmuring, "The cops are coming." Like it was a prayer, I excused myself to check on my mum. That's when I saw it. The man had calmed down, now talking to a rough-looking friend and a girl at his side and under his jacket. 3 shotguns. My blood ran cold. I didn't move, didn't breathe. Just walked away slowly, praying he hadn't noticed me notice. Back at the playground, I sat in silence, my mind spinning. Minutes later, the police arrived. Blue lights flashed outside. They questioned the woman. They spoke to my mum. We left, still shaken. As we drove away, we saw them again, the man and his friends, now in handcuffs at a nearby gas station. My mum explained what had happened. The man had tried to snatch the woman's purse. When she resisted, he slapped her. She gave her statement to the police. Seeing him in cuffs gave us some closure. But even now, at 17, I still remember that night. A normal trip to McDonald's turned into something I'll never forget. It's not really a great idea to shout at someone who might have weapons and who is clearly angry. But credit where credit's due. This guy stood up for his mum, and that takes guts. Plus, he even comforted his cousin Damien and told him everything was gonna be okay. Kudos to you, Eric, even though he probably shouldn't have said that because he wasn't actually sure if everything was be okay. He was just trying to put on a brave face. I mean, how scary is this situation for a 12-year-old? His mum was being attacked by a huge, scary dude right in front of him and his two younger relatives. Of course, he's scared, but he's trying to hide it. Good job, Eric. And speaking of the mother, yep, I'm pretty sure the slap came after he grabbed her hand, not before. So yeah, I think this dude definitely deserved to get cuffed and sent to jail. No question there. Now, the mother in this situation isn't a saint either. Listen, I understand why she's getting money for her grandson's birthday present, but putting herself in harm's way for this, nah, she knew this guy was dangerous. I mean, they're arguing outside of McDonald's and he's already threatening her, and then she goes and argues with him again once inside and puts herself in danger again. Also, if you're grabbing my hand, lady, and you're trying to pull me somewhere, I'm gonna assume you're trying to kidnap me and I'm gonna fight back. So please keep your hands to yourself. This isn't 1940s Chicago. You can't just grab a guy's hand and expect him to come with you willingly. But it does seem like he might have been an acquaintance of the woman because he knows her name. And if you know someone's name, that means you have a certain level of familiarity with them. Otherwise, you wouldn't know that, right? I also love the fact that this place had a security guard, but he wasn't doing anything to protect these people. I mean, why do you even have a security guard if you're not going to use him? If I paid for security at a restaurant and the security guard just stood around while some guy was threatening a woman, I would demand my money back immediately. Now, thankfully, the employees in this McDonald's weren't just standing around twiddling their thumbs either. One of them called the cops. And let's give some props to the person who said, "Get out now, or I'm calling the police." 'Cause I'm willing to bet that's exactly what scared this guy away. He didn't want to spend another minute inside this establishment. And honestly, I don't blame him. Why argue with a badass woman who will call the cops on you? You're facing assault charges and possibly robbery charges. I gotta say, good job to this employee. This is why having someone who can make that threat, even if they don't follow through with it, is very useful. Sometimes people don't believe you until you tell them you're gonna call the cops. And then once you say you're gonna do it, they usually leave. And of course, a big thank you to the police officers who followed up on this one. 3 shotguns. 3 shotguns. This guy brought 3 shotguns into a McDonald's. How many times have I said on this channel that you should conceal carry? This guy was trying to rob the place. He had weapons. It's very likely that he would have used them. And I don't know about where you live, but here in Canada, you cannot bring guns into a McDonald's. You can't bring them anywhere other than a gun range or a hunting trip or whatever. It's illegal. And yet this guy just brings him in because he knows he's gone. Nah, have a go at the ladies. There's no excuse for this. And I hope this guy got charged and spent some serious time behind bars. Lastly, I want to thank the OP for sharing this story. I don't think he gets enough love. I mean, it's a very dramatic situation. People should hear about it. And it's also a very unique situation. I don't think I've ever heard of a guy walking into McDonald's with 3 shotguns before. So yeah, this is a unique story. I really appreciate him sharing it with us, and I'm glad that everyone walked away safely. Thank you for watching. Hopefully, I'll see you in another video soon.